Hello and benvenuto to Life's Questions and Lessons, the Self Reflection Podcast. I am your host, Charity Youngblood, and I am so excited that you are here with me today. Let's get started with today's question. What are the 5 types of action you can take towards your goals? What are the 5 types of action you can take towards your goals? So, if this is your first time listening to the podcast, if you've been with me for the past 2 years, welcome either way, both ways. I recently had kind of a, I don't know, growth minded session. I was just trying to figure out how I could be most helpful. I know there's a lot of episodes really helping you navigate through difficult emotions and mindset challenges and barriers, etc. And the point is really to kind of get you used to asking yourself the right questions, right? Self reflection has been by far the key to better decision making in my life, saying no to the things that don't nourish me, etc. But what I didn't realize and what came to me very almost like a punch in the face was I haven't really been talking about action. And it's so important as you're doing this work to actually take the action that is associated with that. So maybe you're just starting out with self reflection and your action is to explore the questions on the podcast. That's totally fine. That's where you start. Eventually, you're going to come to a situation where you want to change something, right? You're looking at something like how you're dealing with a certain emotion or something like your physical health. And you're saying, okay, you know what? I want to make some changes here. So I wanted to bring about the 5 types of action you can take. Obviously, there's probably more somewhere, but this is my podcast, so I say that there's 5. But we're going to kind of go over these throughout this series. And the first one is simple action, my personal favorite. Second would be imperfect action. Third, unclear action. Fourth, doubtful action. And fifth, fearful action, right? So we're going to break down each one of those, but I wanted to start the series with a strong foundation of what it actually is that we're going to be talking about and exploring together. There's a lot of reasons why you might not start on a particular project, right? Or particular change, whatever it is in this season of your life that you want to take action towards. There are reasons for that. And I think one of the biggest reasons is this false understanding or false belief that everything has to be aligned and clear and perfect and results oriented specifically. And for me and for my life, that is just not true. So I really wanted to just get you into the understanding and just exploring that alternative perspective of it doesn't have to look a certain way. You just have to do it. You know what I mean? And I've had to learn this lesson. I will continue to have to learn this lesson. That's one of the reasons I have this podcast, is to share my experience and share my perspective and the way that I'm looking at things and to guide you. But I'm also walking with you. This is not like work you do and you just never ever need help or guidance or anything like that. But this is where we're going to start. So I highly, highly suggest you give yourself the space and grace to just explore this question and really think about how you could best utilize this series, right? So that's what I had on my heart for today. As always, thank you so much for listening. Please rate and review this podcast wherever you're listening to my words. And if this episode was helpful for you, please share it. We are here on this planet to help each other. So if it was helpful, please pass it along. And until next time, take care.